all the disrespect before you play back. Button check. Button check.
What is up, Button Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day of buttons that must be checked. It is Sunday, the weekend is still here, so we still done made it, man. I posted a sponsored dedicated video late last night from Naraka Blade Point. They reached out to us sponsored. I saw that actually Maximilian had worked with them not too long ago, so I was like, cool, man, cool opportunity, cool game. And thank y'all. If y'all rock with that video, I appreciate it. If you don't, I still appreciate y'all for showing up today, man. That's how it works, because honestly, this makes all of this possible. So without further ado, chapters down below. If I could talk, chapters down below. Let's get some buttons. Let's go. All right, first up for them, Dear Evo, just who the hell asked for this? Buttons that must be checked. So they posted this a couple of days ago on the official Evo account saying, no teammates, no excuses, nowhere to hide. Tyler won in Ludwig. Let me repeat that because I feel like some of y'all in the back. Some of y'all way in the back might have missed those two names. Let me say it again. Tyler 1 and Ludwig are running the set in Street Fighter 6 live on stage at this year's Evo, and that's going to be Vegas, not too far away, June 26th. You see the flyer right here, and they put modern versus classic. Tyler likes to run that modern. All right, this has about 3.6 thousand likes. The first reply I see is, who the hell cares? Dear God, who the hell cares? Nice little gift right there. But other people are like, yo, it's not that bad. Saying new eyes to fighting games is always a good thing, especially since both of them will practice before the event. Others are like, the FGC is so actually miserable. This one they're saying like, yo, like, okay, Ludwig started as a melee player. Tyler grinded to masters and then hosted 2 tournaments. What do y'all like? This one has 262 likes, and damn, Evo really lost his prestige, huh? And Mike Ross was right. Lily can beat both of them. Influencer / celebrity culture is such a tragic outcome for the FGC. That has 114 likes. But if we continue on, I noticed others, I want to say it was Chris G. Yeah, I saw him respond to this saying, I wonder how much they're getting paid because this makes absolutely no sense. And I think others pretty much agree underneath that, saying Evo died a long time ago. And today we get a couple of homers who barely know how to play Street Fighter. And underneath that, literally no one, and I really do mean no one that plays fighting games wants to watch this dog shit. But I see Giona, he actually brings up an interesting point right here. Like, he goes deep on this when he says, a lot of discourse around this, but one thing bothers me that I want to address. Too many people are saying Street Fighter 6 blew up in Japan because the influencers / VTubers played it. That is not true. I can give you 100 examples where this has not worked in the past. Influencers get paid to promote games / events on a daily basis, and 99% of the time it leads to nothing more than a temporary bump in viewership and a check in the streamer's pockets. What made Street Fighter 6 different was that these influencers actually cared about the game. They practiced outside of their streams, they respected the game and community, and they took their matches seriously. The FGC in turn saw this dedication and welcomed them with open arms. While this led to explosive growth we saw, or which led to the explosive growth we saw in Japan. I've got nothing against these two being brought on the stage to put on a show or a match, as long as they take it seriously, regardless of their level, as long as they put in the work, trying to improve, respect the game, and care about the results, then they are no different from any other competitors in the FGC. But if it's obvious they're just there to try and be entertaining while collecting a check, then this is not something I'd want to see in future events. This one right here has 2,000 likes. How y'all feeling about that? Tyler 1 in Ludwig, you know, I got mixed feelings about it because on one hand, I could see, it seems like Evo, I'm not sure who's making this call because there's so many damn, I mean, who's making the call? I know when it comes to Evo Legends or the whole Mena versus Daigo, they say that Saudi came to them directly and was like, we want to put this on. And they were like, how could we say no? Because we were already talking about it anyway. So they made it happen. With this, I don't know if it was the Hadu or Rick because this is the Vegas one. So maybe it was his idea. Maybe this is their attempt of trying to add production value, like something like a storyline, something that you would be interested in, because let's be real, while you do see these reactions, some people are like, nobody's asking for this, this is bullshit. These guys are who they are for a reason. Like, they have huge followings. Now, Ludwig has been known in the FGC for a while. Tyler 1 just came in recently. He actually did a Street Fighter tournament. Chris G won that. I think he put up 10,000 of his own money, and then he disappeared. It was weird. Like, he was grinding Street Fighter 6 pretty hard, and then he just disappeared. I think he had another child or something like that, but apparently he's back again. I actually thought I was gonna see him like just fully concentrate on 2XKO, because isn't that more of his background, you know, with the LOL and all that stuff? But I haven't seen nothing unless I'm missing it. But now apparently he's back in Street Fighter. So when I saw this, I was like, it looks to be pure entertainment. I don't think there's gonna be any sweaty matches involved or anything like that. It looks like they're just trying to add an extra something. These guys have huge followings. There's a lot of people in the FGC that actually rock with these guys. So they're probably thinking, why not? We're just trying to throw together something fun. EVO obviously has been bought and sold 100 times over, and now it's just growing. It's super corporate. So when something like this happens, you're thinking like, oh, here we go. Here's the bullshit. Here's esports. We don't want to see this. We're grassroots, and we're our players. You got so many people, so many legends to choose from, and we get this. So I get it. I get where the mindset is going, right? But at the same time, I see Tyler did put in some work, man. Yes, he's on modern controls or whatever, but he was grinding for Street Fighter 6 at least for several months. I don't know if he was doing it for the whole year, and he even threw a tournament or two. So I think Tyler has the right to be up there. Like, why not? Ludwig, I don't think he's been grinding it at all. He might have been. Matter of fact, I think I saw a thumbnail or some shit like that. But either way, like, but there's a piece of me that thinks like, why not? You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not paying, like it's in a private room, hey, you guys want to see this event? It'll be an extra $10. You know, as long as they're not doing shit like that and it just comes with the ticket, I kind of feel like, why not? Could they do better things? Should they do better things? Absolutely, 100%. But when I see something like this, I don't see it hurting anybody. If anything, I see it kind of maybe bringing more people that rock with these guys. And honestly, I think that's the way the powers that be are looking at this. Now, hopefully though, I will say this, hopefully this leads to stuff that we're used to seeing, that we want to see, like this whole Daigo and Mena thing. Like, there's so many legendary matchups and play styles and people calling people out and all this stuff, right? Like, the more they do that, make more people invested, I mean, that's the way to go, 100%. But how you feeling about this? Let me know. And all right, next up for them, Maximilian issuing a $10,000 bounty on some Marvel vs. Capcom 3 buttons that need to be checked. This was posted when? I think like yesterday. Man, Today, by the time I'm recording it, which is Saturday, so they posted this saying a $10,000 bounty was just set by Maximilian for the implementation of rollback netcode for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Max has previously contributed a lot of his own resources to fund and assist modding communities, even most recent with MVC3, and now he's put his money where his mouth is. Max has stated that he's willing to pay $10,000 bounty for someone who is able to implement proper rollback netcode for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Then this is the clip. Let's check it out.
There is resources and ways that we can make this stuff move forward. And I love that about TNS and what you guys have done. To add to this, yeah, I want to do something special. I want to use this as an opportunity to give a special shout out, if not request. Before, we've done a lot for the modding scene of Marvel vs. Capcom. I just am willing to put my money where my mouth is. And maybe, just maybe, we can move beyond this Parsec era of Ultimate Marvel 3 Online. So, with that being said, I'm going to casually put out a $10,000 bounty for anybody that can solve the issue of making rollback netcode work in Ultimate Marvel 3. Smash Melee community did it, man. They did it in like a friggin' emulator wrapper. Somehow they made matchmaking, they had rollback netcode. I'd be willing to put my money towards it to help support this community and to help support this game for the long run. Anyway, thank you guys a ton for all the effort that you've put into this stuff for all the years. It means a lot.
10G bounty? What?
All right, let's stop right there, man. 10G bounty. Now, when you first hear that amount and you hear that bounty and like, Max is really trying to make this happen, people are getting excited and they're like, yo, 10G's is a lot of money, right? But when you think about it, which obviously a lot of people on Twitter did, because they're pissed. They're pissed at this. They're responding right here saying, not gonna lie, 10K is not enough for the work you gotta do for that, LOL. Has to be somebody who loves MVC3. Continuing on, I love Max, but this might be the craziest shit I've heard Max say, not even gonna lie. Others pretty much adding to that as well, man. Like, you have a lot of this saying, millionaire that makes 200K a month minimum trying to flex his 10K on a 2,000 hour of work needed for a job. Classic. $200,000 a month? First of all, how you know this man, how you know his income? How you know he makes $200K a month? And then other people say 10K is nothing. Number two, this guy's a rat. All right, what else we got? 10K for a minimum of 3 months of labor? LOL, cheap bastard. FGC responds to that, saying, Jesus Christ, people, it's a bounty, not a job application. If someone has free time and this is a hobby and the love for MVC3, he'll try to do this, even to be mentioned. 10K is a huge bonus for things people have done multiple times for free with other games. And I like how suddenly everyone became an expert at implementation rollback netcode. Melee Slippy took more than 6 months out of passion, and the payoff has been significant. Others say it'd be hilarious if Capcom themselves did it and then tweeted at him going, that'll be 10K cent. That's what I would do. If I was a dev, I would do that and say, Max, where's my 10 Gs? But others are like, it's 2026. Can 10,000 change your life? If I could implement a rollback netcode to an old game, I'd probably want more than 10,000. And then the people saying it isn't enough act like they can just jump up 10K like nothing, LOL. And then wrapping it up right here, we got some quote retweets starting with Broski saying, is there a community pot we can add to this bounty? I think a lot of people would chip in. Evan adding saying, I think about this decently often. I think the FGC is so lucky to have Max, not just because of this, but in general. I think he's one of the few big streamers in general, FGC or not, that has really stuck to his roots and his morals regardless of any levels of success. And I saw someone comment 10K is not a lot. This person better love UMVC3, and it got me thinking, I don't think people realize how unique of an experience it was to be an active part of the UMVC3 during its peak player base. Let me walk you through the life-changing experience. Then he writes, from 2011 to 2017, you had to be hard-pressed, and you had a whole like Dead Sea Scrolls right here. I'll be honest, even I ain't gonna read this. I'll take your word for it. It was a unique experience. Next comment. Then finish it up right here saying tag rollback was more than 10K worth of working hours, and then fast forward down here saying chances are closer to 0. You would need to love Marvel. 10K will only cover beer. All right, so how we feeling? Oh, this definitely does seem like a Twitter argument, right? Like something that X is good for. Somebody says something and they're like trying to make a good gesture and they're like, this is some bullshit, you cheap millionaire motherfucker. The reason why, I don't know Max. I've never talked to him. I've never met the man. Nothing, right? Nothing, right? So I agree with him sometimes, but listen, this is his money. I don't know how much he makes. I assume a lot. You know, he does well for himself. I don't know what his priorities right now, how his bill, his issues. I know he has a daughter, all that stuff. I don't know where the money goes and how they're saving. So I feel, because I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat if people were to judge me, like I don't know this man's life. So if he just randomly says, here's 10 Gs, I can't just be like, how, you're cheap. We know, that's a cheap. Because I don't know. I'm not in the man's shoes. A lot of people can clearly see that he's done stuff for other games and put up money before. So now he kind of wants to do it again. But people are looking at it like, or some people I should say, saying it's not enough. You're a cheap bastard. Come on, y'all. Let's get some perspective. If somebody wants to throw money at something, let them. Now, you can make the argument saying, well, that's cool, but what you requested takes so much dedication and hours that's kind of ridiculous. That seems cheap. But the argument that kind of sticks out to me is the one that people say, like, yo, communities have done this for free. Like, if somebody really loves the game, they figured it out. And I don't necessarily remember them getting paid. So I think maybe that's where Max is coming from. Like, yo, if other communities figured it out and they did it for free, maybe I could put up some motivation money and people will make it for something that I actually care about. That's how I'm seeing it. Let me know if you think I'm missing the mark, because, you know, there's some damn shots being fired. How you feeling? Let me know. That it is one more time, Budget family. Definitely let me know how you're feeling on this beautiful Sunday, man. I'll do my best to post later again tonight. But really right now, my focus, man, is I got some sponsors I got to work with, and I'm working on gearing up the second channel again. So we have a lot. There's a lot, but it's all good things, man. It's good problems to have. So I appreciate the massive love. And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
Combo. Why isn't that combo? I should be able to jump. I'm buffering it. I actually think Capcom devs should. What? I want them to
Chill.
Dude, insane how many fucking hits that does. That's so insane! God damn it! Fucking miserable fucking cocksucker of a game.
Hey, you're still alive. It's still anyone's game. Oh, never mind.